Hello and welcome everyone. Uh, in the last four lecture, we embarked on comprehensive journey through the fundamentals aspect of understanding and analyzing business. With a particular focus on their internal and external environments. My name is Yasir Gulfraz and I'm your tutor for business operations. This is our last lecture for this series. Basically, this is assignment brief. Before we discuss assignments, let's review what we have learned in each of past, four lectures. Can you see my screen or can you hear my voice, Abhinash, or anyone is there? Any?
Yeah, I can see you clearly.
Okay, right. So even though businesses are different in many ways, they do have some common features and are influenced by similar factors. So this unit aims to provide learners with the underpinning knowledge to contextual and examine the fundamental factors which influence how a business operates within the context of its internal and external environment. So our first lecture was know about different type of business. So we discussed in our first lecture, we discussed the diverse landscape of businesses. We began by exploring the various business sectors, recognizing that businesses can be grouped into different categories based on their primary activities. This understanding of business sectors in important of contextualizing an organization's operations. We then examined the type of businesses from sole proprietorship to corporations and the legal structures they can adopt. So by comparing these types and structures, we gained insights into how the choice of business types and legal structure aligns with the organization's market and objectives. The lecture was laid in the lecture laid the foundation for understanding the structural diversity for businesses and how it influenced their functioning. There was four main topics explaining the different type of business sectors, compare different type of businesses, different legal structures, how the type and structure of a business relates to its market and objectives. Uh, any question regarding learning outcome once, Avinash, or any comments?
There is no question, sir.
Okay, so then we'll go to lecture 4, relationship. The lecture 4 was understanding. Lecture 2 was regarding understand the relationships between business functions. So the main four questions or topic was explain the purpose of different functions of a business, explain the relation between the different functions of a business, compare different organizational structures, suggest how functions relationships impact on how an organization is structured. So in our second lecture, we shifted our focus to the internal working of organizations. We explored the various functions within a business, such as marketing, finance, and human resources, and discussed their purpose and how they contribute to the organization's objectives. Additionally, we analyzed the relationships between these functions, emphasizing how they, collaborate to achieve the overall goals of the organization. Uh, our examination of different organizational structures highlighted that the size and significance of each function play a discuss role in shaping how an organization is structured. This lecture was, this lecture provided valuable insights into how business internally coordinate their efforts to drive success. Any question regarding session 2, Abhinash? Any question or anything?
No question. Thank you.
Then the third lecture was be able to measure a business internal environment, explain what is meant by the term internal environment of a business, and explain why it is important to measure a business internal environment. Apply a technique to quantify a business's internal environment, assess a business internal environment. So basically, in our third lecture, we explained the concept of business internal environment. We began by defining, what the internal environment of a business encompasses, which includes factors like internal resources, company culture, and operational processes. So understanding the importance of measuring the internal environment was a key point in this lecture. We explored techniques for quantifying the internal environment, such as SWOT analysis, and discussed how these tools can help in assessing an organization's strengths and weaknesses. We also learned and assessing the internal environment, emphasizing the need for constant evaluation to adapt to changing circumstances. This lecture underscored the significance of understanding and managing the internal dynamics of a business. Any question or any comment about third lecture?
Actually, I was unable to attend the learning outcome 3, so I had to read it myself, and I'll let you know if I get any confusion.
Okay, if any issues, obviously you can email me, okay, or you can drop me an email, or alternatively you have my, WhatsApp or group or wherever you can, drop message or email.
All right, sure.
So there was a lecture 4 as well, be able to measure a business external environment. Learning outcomes 4. So explain what is meant by term external environment of a business. Explain why it is important to measure a business external environment. Apply a techniques to quantify a business's external environment. Assess a business external environment. I think so you was not present for this lecture as well.
Right.
Okay. So basically this was our final lecture, lecture 4. This lecture extended our analytical scope to the external environment of a business. We defined the external environment, which includes elements like competitors, economic conditions, regulations, and social trends. So understanding the importance of measuring the external environment is vital for businesses to adapt to a constantly evolving landscape. So we explored techniques for quantifying the external environment, such as pestle analysis and Porter's 5 forces, which helps businesses identify opportunities and threats. Importantly, we assessed how the external environment impact an organization's operations and ability to achieve its objective. This lecture reinforced the notion that businesses must be vigilant about the external factors that can influence their success. Right. So, any question about any of these four chapters or 4 units or four.
No questions, sir.
Okay. I just used term that Pearson analysis for chapter 4. Pastel means external factors like political, economical, sociological, technological, and legal. Okay, and environment that influence an organization. Okay. So basically, these 4 lectures have provided a comprehensive foundation for understanding business, their internal and external environments, and the interplay between different functions within organizations. Armed with the knowledge, you are well equipped to analyze, adopt, and make informed decisions in the complex and ever-changing world of business. So it is important uh, for students or for you to any student to apply these concepts in real world scenarios to fully grasp their practical implications and significance in the business landscapes. Right, so now we'll move to assignment discussions. So using an organization you are familiar with, conduct an investigation of the business with a focus on its operating sector, its organization structure, and its internal and external environments. The outcomes of the investigations are result of completing each of the tasks below. So unit title, business operations, knowing about business, different type of business. To complete this task, you will go through the learning outcome once. Okay, 1.1, 2, 3, and 4. So assignment, brief, and guidance. Using an organization you are familiar with, write an essay in which you establish the business sector in which it operates, having first considered the different type of business sectors. Establish the type of businesses and its legal structures, having first considered the different types and legal structures available of a business. Consider how the business types and structure relates to the sectors and markets in which operate. So here I'll discuss later, delivery and submissions and references. So then in your task 1, in this task, basically you are required to analyze an organization you are familiar with and provide insights into its business sector type, legal structure, and how these aspects relates to the sector and markets in which it's operate. Here. So first identify and explain the specific business sector in which the organization operates. Consider the different type of business sectors that exist. For example, is the organization in the manufacturing, services, retail sectors, even your airline? So highlight the key characteristics of the chosen sectors. So
Right.
next, sorry. So
So I can.
yeah, you can speak. Sorry. Yes, Abhinash.
So I can write about the airlines as well, right?
Yes, you can write about any business or about on your airline as well. Okay.
All right.
You need to choose any organizations. So
Okay.
yeah, so establish the type of, so next discuss the type of business the organizations is, whether it is sole proprietorship, partnership, corporation. Obviously it's a corporation, it's a big company or any other type. So explain how the chosen business type influence its operations and management. Okay, you understand what is saying, that basically these three, your requirements. So there are no word limits. There are limit is 500 words, but you can write 5, 6, 700 words. That's not a problem. So these
Okay.
words are excluding diagrams, references. So basically you can write that how, obviously there are external and internal factors which can influence or which can affect your the business. So discuss the legal structure that the organization has adopted, such as limited liability company, public limited company, or non-profit organization. So explore how the legal structure affect the organization's operations and liability. I think so. Obviously, we discussed everything in our lecture one. So I hopefully this will be a very interesting and easy, task. If I look at it, so even in your airline point of view.
Right.
So relation to sector and markets. After identifying the business sector type and legal structure, analyze, here consider how the business types and structure relates to the sector and markets in which it operates. So legal, after identifying the business sectors type and legal structures, analyze how these choices relate to the sector and markets, the market in which the organization operates. Discuss how the business type and legal structure align with the specific demands and opportunities within its sector. Consider whether the organization's type and structure provide advantages or present challenges in the marketplace. Provide example to illustrate your points. In your response, that make sure references, references relevant academic sources, and use the Harvard reference style of your citation. Have you ever heard about Harvard references style?
Yeah, I know that I have been introduced about that
Oh,
in
okay,
the
okay,
in the
that's,
class in the first class.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's not an issue then. So this is our first, your first task submission is the form of an essay writing in Word format. The recommended word limit is 500, excluding diagram, references, and appendices. Then references, you are expected to use relevant academic and reliable sources and clearly reference these in your work. References should be added to the text and placed at the end in a references list using Harvard references style. So again, make sure to reference relevant academic sources and use the Harvard reference style for your citations and references. So as you can see, the recommended word limit is 500, excluding diagram and references. So, but you can go up to 6 or 700 if you think that, you want to write a bit more. That's not an issue.
All right.
Okay.
All
So
right.
that's it. So next, we'll come to our next task, under which is learning outcome 2, and understand the relationship between business functions. So using the same organization for task 1, write an essay in which you can that continue to write. So requirements, these are requirements, but you can use same organizations. Okay, so consider the different functions of the business. Okay, it's airline is a quite big airline, so obviously there will be a different kind of functions you can write on it. So explain how these functions work together to achieve the business aims. produce an organization structure of the business showing the relationships between these functions. Consider why the business is structured in this way based on the size and importance of its different functions. So task 2 is basically, about our learning outcome 2, understanding business functions and organizational structure. In this talk, you will continue to focus on the same organization and explain its different business functions, how these functions work together, and its organizational structure. So business function, when we talk about business functions, identify and explain the various functions within the organization. These functions could, include the marketing, finance, human resource, operations, and, any other functions which comes in your mind. So describe the purpose of each function with the organization and how it contributes to achieving the organization's aim. So functional relationships and organizational structures. So explain how these different functions work together to achieve the organization's objectives, create an organizational structure diagram that illustrate the relationship between these functions. You can also, discuss why the organization is structured in this specific way, considering the size and importance of each function. Analyze how the organization's size and the significance of its functions influence its structure. Delivery and submission and referencing. The submission is the form of essay written in Word format. The recommended word limit is 750 words, excluding diagram, references, and appendices. Referencing, you are expected to use relevant academic and reliable sources and clearly reference these in your work. References should be added to the text and placed at the end in a reference list using Harvard reference style. Write an essay to these topics with a recommended word limit of 750 words, but again, you can go up to 850 or 800 or 850. So if you think that you need to write more, you can write more words. There's no issue. Excluding diagrams, references, and appendices. Use the Harvard reference style again for your citation and references. Ensure you use relevant academic and reliable sources to support your analysis. Any question? Any comments? Any question?
No question, so it's clear.
Okay, that's fine. Good stuff. Then we'll come to the task 3. Task 3 are related to learning outcomes 3 and 4 both. So be able to measure a business internal environment. Basically 3 was about internal environment and 4 was about external environment. Okay, so be able to measure a business external environment. So you have to use 3.1 and 4.1 till 3.4 and 4.1 to 4.4. So assignment, brief, and guidance using the same organization you use for task 1 and task 2. Write an essay in which you consider the concept of business internal and external environment. Consider importance of measuring a business internal and external environment. Use appropriate techniques to analyze the business internal and external environment. Once the environmental analysis has taken place, you are to consider the impact of these environments on the ability of the business to conduct its operations and achieve its goals. So for this task, you will continue to focus on the same organization and analyze its internal and external environment. You will need to consider the concept of these environments, their importance, use appropriate techniques for analysis, uh, for example, pastoral analysis, and assess how these environments impact the organization's ability to conduct operation and achieve its goals. So internal and external environments explain what is meant by the terms internal environment of a business and external environment of a business. Discuss the factors that comprise these environments, such as internal resources, company culture, competitors, economic conditions, regulations, and social trends. Then importance of measuring environment. So you need to discuss on the significance of measuring both the internal and here consider importance of measure. So both internal and external environment. Why is it essential for organizations to regularly assess these environments? How does this analysis contribute to informed decision making and strategic planning? So then apply appropriate techniques to quantify the uh, organization's internal and external environment. So these techniques might be include SWOT analysis, pest analysis, Porter's five forces, or any other relevant tools. Provide examples and results of the analysis. Uh, as I said, pestle analysis means studies the key external factors like political, economical, sociological, technological, legal, and environmental, so that influence and organizations. So then you can also we were talking about SWOT analysis. Means SWOT mean strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So strengths and weaknesses are internal to your company. Company thinks that you have some control over and can change. So examples include who is on your team, your patents and intellectual property, and your locations. Then also you can or any other relevant, and provide examples and results of the analysis. Impact on business operations. That finally you can assess how the internal and external environments influence the organization's ability to conduct its operations and achieve its goals. Discuss the challenges and opportunities that arise from these environments and how the organization can adopt or capitalize on them. So next one is delivery and submissions. The submission is the form of an essay written in Word format. The recommended word limit is 1750 words, excluding diagram and references. References, you are expected to use relevant academic and reliable sources and clearly reference these in your work. References should be added to the text and placed at the end in a references list using Harvard reference style. So again, the recommended words limit for the task is 1750 words, but obviously if you think you need to write a bit more, you can go up to 1800, 1900. So excluding diagram, references, and appendices, use the Harvard reference system for your citations and references, and make sure to reference relevant academic sources to support your analysis. Submission guideline, your assignment is typed obviously in English using a standard font and size. Normally use size 12, and use proper heading and subheading where necessary to organize your assignment. Make sure your assignment is well structured and free from any grammatical errors. Normally assessor check presentation and uh, grammatical errors. So submit your assignment in a digital format such as Word document, or also you can use PDF. Criteria. So your assignment will be assessed based on the clarity of the assignment structure and content, accuracy and proficiency in preparing statements and interpreting different approaches, or different like pastel and SWOT analysis. Also, just be careful in your mind that plagiarism is any form is strictly prohibited and may result in severe penalties, including failure in the assignment or the might be entire course. Once you finish your assignment, take some time to edit and proofread it. Check for any errors such as spelling and grammar mistakes, and ensure that your writing is clear and concise. So you may also want to get someone else to review your work to provide feedback. So you can email me as a draft assignment, okay? So I can go through because final assignment will go to the college, and assessor is I'm not assessor, so assessor is a different person, but you can email me as a draft assignment, okay?
Okay, I'll just make it a paragraph, and I'll send it to you before I make the complete assignment, okay?
Yeah, but before final submission, you can send me as a draft assignment, okay? You can just drop me an email. So I will let you know that where you need some improvements, or is it okay, or some, whatever your further improvements, I'll let you know. So that
All
will
right.
be easy for you. So then you can, rectify if there is any errors, and you can submit as a final assignment, okay? So you make sure to follow the formatting guidelines provided, including font size, line spacing, and margins. Additionally, make sure to cite your sources using the appropriate citations, as we discussed, Harvard reference style. Also, update your assignments content tables. So once you finish your assignment, double check that you have followed all the requirements and guidelines, then submit your assignment on time. So obviously you can, when you finish your assignment, when you complete, you can submit your assignment if you need. So from now, I think so you have 2 weeks for submission, but if you need more time, just email me or Raman, or university, they will extend your date. So also remember, writing, Avinash, it takes time and effort. So it's important to start early, straight away you can start and give yourself plenty of time to research and edit. So it's not very hard, but it's a very interesting as well. So writing an assignment is a process that requires careful planning, research, and editing. So anyway, by following these tips and taking the time to produce high quality work, you can ensure that your assignment is successful. Yeah, that's it. So I hope this information will help you in completing your assignment, and good luck for your success. And if you have any question, you are feel free to ask, or also you can drop me an email at yasir@ukversity.co.uk. And thank you very much for joining me. And it was great to see you as well, Vinash. So hopefully I'll see you again somewhere around. So thank you very much. Any questions or any comments or anything if you want to ask?
Thank you, Asher. It's very clear. And if I get any confusion, I'll surely email you or WhatsApp you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Avinash, and good luck and good night as well. So
Thank
bye
you.
for now.